So today I was scrolling through Kotaku, the gamer's guide that doesn't really post much about games anymore, especially since that Ubisoft and Bethesda blacklist, right guys? And I was looking at all the shite news they post from countless different writers that gives their site the personality of that Bloodborne boss that was a massive putrid body stitched together, looking for things to talk about on my YouTube channel that I've now neglected for 2 weeks because of holidays and family, and I noticed that Kojima finally announced leaving Konami and is now talking with Sony about a debut game or some shit, and I thought, well, that does sound good, but I'm sure I can stash that away for later money grubbing and view whoring, so I kept on scrolling when lo and behold I saw that Destiny had added microtransactions to their game. This of course has got me typing the script that I'm currently reading to you awkwardly. Of course, microtransactions in any full-priced game that aren't DLCs twice the length of most AAA games such as the DLC The Witcher 3 had are unacceptable, but if a game is going to have them, in order for them to even be considered half okay, those microtransactions need to be purely cosmetic, and Destiny did have such purely cosmetic microtransactions for a while in the form of emotes, which was dumb because who the fuck would buy an emote that you're almost never going to use, but I guess since that game is bone dry content wise, they might be useful so that you can look funny while you try to justify gathering a group for your next raid or strike. Anyways, for a low fee of only $30, you can now buy your way to level 25 for the class of your choice, a boost to the subclass of your choice, and some weapons that will help you level up faster. That's right, all of this for the price of one good indie game or half of a new AAA title. So why is this almost as gross as Donald Trump, you ask? Well, when you factor in the point that a dedicated player who's bought every expansion that's come out has already spent $120 on the game if they bought the base game as well as all of the expansions at release, it becomes clear that if anything, players should be paid $30 and get a free level 25 character for enduring Activision's bullshit, not the other way around. Even if you buy the bundle, or Legendary Edition as the store calls it, a rather unfortunate misnomer since it's anything but, which includes the base game as well as all the game's expansions for $60 down from $80 and what we can only assume was Activision Bungie's way of offering an entry token so that new people just buying the game would feel remorse and patch up their bunghole after the drubbing longtime players have been giving the publisher and developer since the game's release and pricing models were announced. Either way, it's clear that $30 for a level boost that only gets you a little over halfway to the level cap is absolutely ludicrous in every single way. But hey, it's okay because as a way of showing year one players who were angry about people just buying the game getting bundles of exclusive content, Bungie gave those year one players exclusive content. So now the community is a clusterfuck of divisive exclusivity that makes it all sting just a bit more. Now of course people will hop on that old train of it's alright if you don't like the microtransactions, just ignore them. But of course that totally undermines the legitimacy of people who actually want to play the game and level up normally. If you want to defend cosmetics like skins and shit, I'm behind you 1000%. Hell, the money I've spent in Dota 2 and LoL on skins just to look kinda legit would have bought me several other games. But shit that affects game balance or intrudes on gameplay in any actual meaningful way such as these level boosters crosses a line. And sure, you can argue that World of Warcraft did it first. Notice they also have the same publisher, and nobody cared about that, to which I'll answer you this. In World of Warcraft, a level booster is useful. If you just get into that game, you're staring at 100 levels that you have to slog through, probably without any help. Although the same can be said of Destiny, the average playtime to reach level cap in WoW is significantly longer than the time it takes to reach level cap in Destiny. There's also the fact that WoW has been out for like 11 fucking years, and that it's harder for people who aren't level capped at each expansion's release to catch up. Even so, however, I personally dislike WoW's boost. I thought the heirloom method was far better. For those of you who don't know, there was a time in World of Warcraft when instead of buying your way to level cap, after level capping one character, you could then buy items for a rather exorbitant amount of gold at the time for lower level characters that would increase those lower level characters' XP gained. And I think that's the extent level boosting should amount to in MMOs. How this applies to Destiny is simple. They should have done something similar if they needed a level boost, which they totally don't. But obviously, this latest money grab further confirms what we already all knew about Activision's stance regarding players. Fuck them. If they bought everything else, they'll be stupid enough to buy this shit too if we give it to them. Well done, gang. You're still shit.